stop shooting like this. Most players think shooting is just an hours game. You just need to grind training packs until eventually you stop whiffing opens. That's mostly wrong. I've coached hundreds of players, and the secret to shooting is not just grinding mechanics, it's proper technique. This Plat 2 player, named Solid Gold Fangs, ranked up to Diamond in just 72 hours using these 3 shooting techniques. It wasn't about grinding, it was about fixing form. That's why today I'm going over my 3 steps to perfect shooting technique. This will take you from whiffing to consistently hitting bangers, even if they don't go in. I even brought in a former pro from Ghost Gaming named Shock, who has over 10,000 hours, and he's gonna show you perfect demonstrations of these shooting techniques to help you learn even faster. I'll have the training packs and all my controller settings linked below in my free Discord, so join, pull up the shooting training packs, and let's get started. Let's start with the 3 changes that are gonna fix your shooting forever. Step 1 of 3, master the proper air roll type. So many players come to me saying, Luke, should I be shooting with joystick air roll, like pressing the button and moving my stick, or should I be doing directional, holding air roll left or holding air roll right? Now, I'm not gonna BS you like people in my YouTube comment section who will say, actually, no, love you guys. This is on YouTube. Like the people in my Instagram comment section. Actually, who's the worst? No, TikTok's the worst. TikTok's the worst. If you're watching my TikTok, I'm sorry. People will be like in the comments, it's ridiculous. They'll be like, actually, Luke, I know you say the pros all use directional air roll, but I personally use joystick air roll and it's the best. And I'm like, good argument. Great argument. The reality is, when it comes to shooting, there's no one right answer. There's a lot of correct answers, but it kind of depends on your skill level. So here's how it works. Joystick air roll, where you have to hold down and press your analog stick, I found is a good starting point for shooting. It's easier to learn at first because it's step by step. You have to press your stick in order to tilt your car.
I honestly recommend using free air roll because I find it way easier to kind of control the fine movement of my car, because I find trying to time how long I hold the directional air roll button miserable. But you can do it either way.
The drawback with joystick air roll when it comes to air roll shots and shooting mastery is you can't do things simultaneously. Okay, so with directional air roll, you can pitch your car as well as roll your car at the same time. And by the way, when I say directional air roll, I'm talking about air roll left or air roll right. But when we do joystick air roll, you have to do those inputs sequentially. TLDR, it's a little bit slower for certain shots. And when you're at a high level and those slim margins matter, yes, air roll left and air roll right give you more precision and more control over your air roll shots. Now, that being said, me personally, I started with learning joystick air roll, and I used that for my first maybe 2,000 or 3,000 hours in the game. And in the last 500 to 1,000 that I've played as I approach 5,000, I am now using directional air roll, both air roll left and air roll right to shoot. I found the skill ceiling is higher when it comes to shooting with air roll left and air roll right, but as a foundation, it can be easier to learn joystick air roll first. So I'm gonna go through shots today where you can use both, but step 1 is you have to master the right air roll type. My recommendation is if you're undecided, start with free air roll and build air roll left and air roll right later on in your Rocket League journey. That's what I did. Before we get into step 2, if you like this coaching from me and Shock, full transparency, you can actually book Shock for one-on-one coaching because he's a coach with me at thegrandchampbootcamp.com. One-on-one coaching is hands down the fastest way to improve in Rocket League. It's the only way where you can get personal feedback from a pro, which is just unlike anything on YouTube. The problem with watching YouTube videos is you don't know where you're going wrong. But when you get one-on-one coaching, a pro can look at your gameplay and tell you exactly what you need to work on. No guesswork. When I actually did coaching with Shock, I ranked up to Grand Champ 3 in just 10 weeks. If that sounds interesting, Shock is one of the most popular coaches in our company, and we have extremely limited capacity. Right now, Shock has 18 of 20 spots taken, Coach Freaky has 15 of 20 spots taken, and Torment has 11 of 20 spots taken. We only accept players ranked platinum or higher that are on PC and 18 plus. So if that sounds like you, click the first link below, book a call, and I'd love to see if we can help you rank up. Once again, I'll have my free Discord first link below. Click that, book a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Back to step 2. Now, step 2, pick the right line to the ball. The truth is, no amount of fancy air roll adjustments or mechanical skill is going to fix a terrible takeoff. You need to change your approach to the ball based on its height, its speed, and the direction it's traveling in.
What I'm doing on the approach and what a lot of people struggle with is actually getting there in time to be faced like behind the ball and towards it. A lot of people will just kind of be on the side of it and try to reach around the ball. It's really bad. We want to make sure we're behind it as best we can be. So my first turn is going to be to the right, and then I'm going to get behind it like this. As you can see, I'm using a lot of boost to do it. I'm making sure that I'm getting there quickly. So once I turn right and then I turn left, I'm adequately behind the ball, and then I'm in a position where I can jump straight into the ball, because what we don't want to be doing is, you know, something like this. Now, there will be moments in game where you do have to shoot like that, because you can't physically get around the ball, but that's not what we're practicing here.
I don't have time to explain every shot here, but I'm gonna have an unscripted, uncut, no high dopamine editing guide. Sorry, Camille, the video guy, I love you. But for those of you who really want to learn this and want to take an extra 20 minutes, I have a completely uncut version. It's on my second channel. You can go check that out after you watch this. But the main idea is you need to pick the proper line to the ball. Let's say, for example, the ball's in the corner. The more that I can get around the ball and draw a line between my car and the net that's straight, the easier my shot or aerial shot is going to be. I'm going to have more room for error, and I'm going to be more successful when it comes to actually scoring in ranked games. Now, there are situations where you can't get a good line to the ball, or you just have to rush to get a beat, and that is where this third step comes in. Finally, on to step 3, master the correct analog stick movement and jump timing. There are 2 separate but connected joystick movements that you're gonna need to do with aerial when you shoot, depending on the height of the ball. Most players instinctively always pull down on their joystick when going for shots, and this is actually wrong.
What a lot of people get wrong, and the bad habit that I was alluding to that most people, like 99% of people come in with, is they come up to this ball and then they lean back and then they try to flip into it.
Do it like end up wheel shotting it more.
Yeah, they wheel shot it, they pound it into the ground. Any shot that's close to the ground, we do not want to lean back.
When the ball is low to the ground, you have to remember you can use jump to get most of the height you need. So many players forget this, but if you hold jump for 200 milliseconds, you will jump higher than if you hold jump for 100 milliseconds. And oftentimes, if the ball is just 1 or 2 car lengths of height above the ground, you can reach it and still strike the ball with the corner with simply a jump. No air roll or tilting or boost needed. The problem is, when we pull down on our joystick every time, this is what can cause weak wheel shots. Now, for high aerials, the pattern changes. Many times you will need to hold jump as well as pitch down on your joystick to reach up to the ball.
You're supposed to lean back for things that are above you. So like this. Now I can lean back because I need to lean back to get my corner there.
It's important to remember though, once you reach the ball, that same adjustment applies. You still need to level your car out so that way when you hit it, you don't strike the ball with your wheels. Okay, let's go over the 2 most common types of aerial shots and how to score consistently. For low shots that are, let's say, half the height of the crossbar or lower, we're simply gonna hold our jump down, and then for joystick air rollers, hold air roll while pushing your joystick up left or up right. This is gonna tilt your car forward and allow you to strike the ball with the corner of your car.
So when I go for this, what you're gonna see me do is you're gonna see me jump, you're gonna see me go up and right a little bit, and you see it's just the tiniest little flick. That's all it is.
Okay, yeah.
And then once I get there, I'll diagonal flip into it. And this is all it is.
For balls that are, let's say, half crossbar height or higher, this is where we're gonna tilt back on our air roll shots. For joystick air rollers, this means that you're gonna pull down and to the left on air roll if you want to dodge right.
You're supposed to lean back for things that are above you. So like this. Now I can lean back because I need to lean back to get my corner there.
Okay, now that you understand the 3-step shooting process, this is what fixes your shooting overnight. You're gonna have to refine this, but this technique is what we want to learn. Before you go though, there was a lot of little things that I haven't yet explained because I was trying to go as fast and as simple as possible. These next 4 tips are gonna be the little things that you need to make sure you can't forget when you learn how to shoot properly. The first thing to never forget when it comes to arrow shots is boosting through the shot. It's really easy while you're shooting to be focused on what direction you're arrowing and pitching your car. And what you forget is you need to hold down boost. Holding down boost through the shot, not just on the takeoff, is what gives your shot the max power and makes it the most difficult to save. The second thing most low-ranked players don't notice high-ranked players are doing is shooting against your opponent's momentum. So if your opponent is coming from the left side of the net to the center, you don't want to shoot it in front of them where they can save it and push it to the corner. Instead, you want to shoot the ball right at their car so they have to brake, make an awkward save, and then you get the ball again. Some top-ranked ones players, like apparently Jack, are incredible at doing this, but most low-ranked players don't even notice it when it's happening. The third thing high-ranked players often do after they finish a shot is this sort of flip cancel or diagonal flip cancel animation for faster recoveries. A lot of players get confused and they think this speed flip motion or this diagonal flip or, you know, whatever cancel the pro is doing is making them shoot faster. That's not the case. The reason pros are doing this is because when you shoot close to the opponent's net, using this speed flip or this front flip cancel can make it easier to recover onto the ground near the opponent's net or even your opponent's back wall for faster recoveries and then follow-up bumps or repeat shots to keep pressure. Fourth, one thing pros will do that most low-ranked players don't is saving their flip. Low-ranked players don't realize how high in the air you can get before you have to shoot. So remember when you're shooting, normally, if you just tap jump, you'll have your second flip for 1.25 seconds. But if you hold jump, you can extend that timer to 1.45. And this is what enables you to strike balls with a flip that are even higher than the crossbar. If you have time, make sure you do this. It's gonna make your clears, your shots, all of your touches really in Rocket League that much more powerful. And honorable mention, last but not least, you don't always have to shoot. The most important thing is not where the ball is, it's where your opponent's or the goalie is. And if the opponent or goalie is tucked away on the back post, often dribbles are gonna work much better against a goalie than a shot will. When I implement this shooting protocol with my students, they can literally jump 1 or 2 ranks in a matter of days. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I should address the elephant in the room. I'm in a new setup. Look, if you made it to this point, you're obviously serious about improving. And if you haven't seen, I want you guys to know on Medify, I've been posting all my guides for free. And we now have over 3,000 people who've downloaded the guides. It's honestly insane. Since so many of you guys have been liking the free content I've been posting on Medify, I want to let you know this weekend, Saturday, June 14th, I'm going to be hosting my first ever live class on Medify. This is going to be a 2-hour live session on shooting technique. I'll be teaching you how to fix your shooting form, score from the wall or even aerial setups, and I'm going to be covering some bonus tips I didn't talk about in this video. It's live in a group class, so you can ask me questions and get personal feedback from me. Plus, I'll have the event recording saved on Medify. So even if you're late to the party and you're watching this in 2035. P.S. If you're still playing in Rocket League in 2035, let me know. That would be kind of crazy to get a comment on this video. We should hang out or something if you're from 2035. Jokes aside, whether you're gold or grand champ, this shooting class is going to be awesome. This is the type of stuff that like actually helps you rank up that I don't have time to do in these high dopamine guides. So there's only 100 tickets available. We've already sold over 30 of them. So if you want to secure one of the last 70 tickets, click the first link below. It's happening in a couple days. Sign up. I'd love to see you this Saturday. Click the link below. Check out the Medify. Join the free Discord. I'll see you at the shooting class this Saturday. Bye. Don't spam nice shots to your teammate. Like, why when we're in ranked? Like, even people who they'll be like, oh my God, Luke, I like your videos. And the next thing, it's like, take the shot, nice shot after I miss. Like, why? Like, do you want me to play better or do you want me to play worse? Whatever. I'm over it. I'm not upset. You're upset. You're upset. Okay.